Right, so thanks for watching another video. Just finished watching the WWE Elimination Chamber PPV, and I wanted to give you my thoughts on it. And yeah, just basically what I thought of the whole event and each match. So I'll go through the matches in order and tell you what I thought of them. So to start the night off, we had the Raw Chamber match. So in that was CM Punk, Chris Jericho, The Miz, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth and Dolph Ziggler. Admittedly, before the match I did think Punk was going to win this because I just couldn't see anyone else as big enough to take on the role as the WWE Champion yet. The only person I could have seen winning this was Jericho, but like I said, I thought Punk was going to win it, and if you've seen it yet, you'll know that he did win the match. I thought it was an okay match. Definitely not the best chamber we've ever had, but not the worst either. There wasn't any great big moments in there, and probably the biggest talking point was Chris Jericho's exit from the chamber, because if you've seen it, he wasn't eliminated by pinfall or submission by someone. What happened was Jericho eliminated Kofi Kingston, and then he chucked him out the chamber. But just as he was doing that, CM Punk kicked him, and then he fell out of the chamber, and they made it as if he fell into a cameraman, I think, and into some equipment, and he was out cold outside the ring. And so yeah, that was him eliminated. Then it was just down to CM Punk and The Miz. The Miz nearly took it with a skull crushing finale, but no, Punk got up and did the go to sleep and then 3 count and got the win. So yeah, nothing really special in this match. The only thing that's going to come out of it is the carry on of the CM Punk Chris Jericho feud, so it'd be good to see how that goes. But not a great match, but not too bad either. Next was the Divas match, so Beth Phoenix versus Tamina. Not really too much to say about it really. The only thing I will say is I expected Karma to appear at some point during this match, but maybe after or something. Typical Divas match really. It was better than your usual weekly Raw or Smackdown Divas match, but it was okay. There's never any chance of Tamina winning the title yet because they're building Beth Phoenix up to be like they keep calling her unstoppable, and who's going to be able to stop her role. And I think, and it's pretty obvious as well, that they're building up to Karma's return, and then Beth Phoenix will go against Karma at WrestleMania. So yeah, I was expecting Karma to appear tonight, but no, she'll probably appear in the next Raw or maybe in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, that'll be good to see. And then we had John Laurinaitis come out to announce some big shocking news that he had. He didn't really say anything at all. The only thing we got was some returning superstars. What's his name? Mark Henry came back, but even though he's only been gone about 3 weeks now, Christian returned, and so did Alberto Del Rio. I thought maybe Christian was going to be a face when he returned, but no, he still is here. They're all 3 of them are still heels. They've basically come back to join forces with John Laurinaitis, saying that because Laurinaitis wants to have the Smackdown general manager job and the permanent Raw job, and they were just all there to show his support. So obviously there's going to be like a little movement going on with the Teddy Long haters, and then the probably Teddy Long supporters as well. So we'll have to see how that goes. Obviously John Laurinaitis is having a big push in the WWE at the moment. He's probably the top heel on the show, but it's good because he doesn't show these typical heel qualities. He doesn't go around attacking people or bad mouthing people. He does it slyly. He's really sly, and lets Otunga do all his dirty work. So that is a good heel at the moment, I think, and I can see it developing into a bigger story. Maybe they will make him the SmackDown general manager, I don't know. But yeah, it'll be good to see how that develops. After that was the Smackdown Chamber. Best match of the night, I think. It was a lot better than the Raw one. There was a few moments that I don't quite understand. Maybe I don't know why the Great Khali was in this match at all. It was completely random. As soon as I thought maybe they had a plan for him in this match, maybe he was meant to do something. When he came into the match, he did nothing. He put a few moves on Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett, and then he got speared by the Big Show and pinned first elimination of the match. So I don't quite get why he was in the match at all. In that match, like I said, was Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett, Great Khali, Big Show, and Santino Marella. Santino was replacing Randy Orton. I don't really know what's up with Randy Orton at the moment. We'll have to see how that develops in the next few weeks on Smackdown. But yeah, like I said, it was the best chamber match. I thought he had a lot better moments, like the Big Show breaking into Daniel Bryan's pod. That was quite good to see. He also had just a few, like the crowd was really hyped up for this match, in particular for Santino. Obviously the biggest underdog in the match, and he managed to survive right until the final two with Daniel Bryan and Santino. A lot of people expected it to be a Big Show and Daniel Bryan showdown, but no, Big Show was eliminated about halfway through the match just by an elbow drop from Wade Barrett, and then Cody Rhodes pinned him, so that was a bit shocking. And then it was down to Santino and Daniel Bryan, and at one point I did genuinely think Santino was going to win with the Cobra. The crowd were going crazy, all on Santino. And I think he's going to get a big push out of this in SmackDown. Even though he's not a serious wrestler, you don't take him seriously because he's a bit of he's just the comedy aspect, and he's not really a great in-ring wrestler. He's going to get a big push just because he's a crowd favourite. He had no boos at all. He had the full support of the crowd behind him, and he nearly pulled it off. But then Daniel Bryan got the label lock in, and then he tapped, so Daniel Bryan was still the champ. But it was a good match. But what's bad about it is there's no development. There was no closure to the Big Show Daniel Bryan storyline. So, and that I don't think is going to continue anymore, because Sheamus came out and attacked Daniel Bryan. So obviously that means he's chosen Daniel Bryan to be his WrestleMania opponent, and now they'll go on a feud up until Mania. So it's the end of the Big Show feud, but we haven't really had an end to it. So that was a bit disappointing. The next matchup was Jack Swagger versus Justin Gabriel. Quite a random match, really. Just happened on the spur of the moment there. Nothing special you'd see from SmackDown or even Superstars, so there's not much to talk about. Nothing's going to develop from it. It was for the title, but yeah, nothing special, and it was quite a bore, really. I was just waiting for the Cena Kane match. So Jack Swagger did win. He retained his title, and nothing really to say about that. Next up was the Cena versus Kane match, the biggest build up of the night. You had a lot of build up to this, and in my opinion, not the worst match of the night, the biggest disappointment of the night, purely because there was no closure to the storyline at all. After the big weeks of build up with Zack Ryder and Eve and Cena embracing the hate, everything, it's just turned out to be the Cena that we've seen time and time again, with Cena overcomes the odds to be like the superhero winning at the end, and that's really disappointing. Cena did win the match. It was an alright match, nothing too special that we haven't seen before, like fighting in the crowd, usual chair shots, chucking each other around, no in-ring fighting at all, really. It was all just outside the ring, chucking each other about into the ambulance and that. They eventually got on top of the ambulance, and then Cena AA'd Kane off the ambulance, so obviously that got a big pop, and that was the end of the match, really. Cena got Kane, chucked him in the ambulance, and closed the doors. And I think I was, and a lot of other people were expecting something to happen at the end because of the big build-up we've had. There was no sign of Zack Ryder at all. There was no sign of Eve. There was no sign of any heel turn for Cena at all, which a lot of people speculated. But we had nothing, and obviously this is probably the end of the storyline now, because we're on the road to WrestleMania now. It's only 6 weeks away, and the Rock's on Raw on a weekly basis starting from next week, I think. So it's going to be The Rock and Cena having the feud, and there's going to be no Kane or anything. So it's really disappointing not to see a closure to that story. They had potential to have Cena maybe have some heel aspects as they were going into Mania, but no, it's exactly the same John Cena as we had before this whole storyline began. So that's really disappointing, I thought. So overall, it was a decent pay-per-view, but I'd give it about a 4 or 5 out of 10, purely because of the 2 chamber matches, which made it for me. Nothing special. Got no there was nothing that we can continue into Raw and SmackDown, so there's nothing we haven't seen before really. Bit disappointing, but like I said, some alright matches. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. What was your favourite match of the night, and what do you think is going to happen up until on the road to WrestleMania? It's going to be a good road. I'm really looking forward to The Rock and Cena's match, so we'll see how all that develops. So thanks for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe and leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching this video.